3 years ago, I couldn't even lift my own body weight. Today, I'm throwing around triple that, like it's nothing. The craziest part, I genuinely thought I was destined to stay weak forever. One of those guys who's just not built for it. But looking at characters like Kratos or Genu and how they dominated their worlds made me wonder, what if I just stopped making excuses? Now I'm here to show you the exact blueprint that transformed me from scrappy to unstoppable. Because if a weakling like me can do it, then so can you. Your genetics aren't the problem, your approach is. So let's tackle this issue head on. Now, let's hop in a time machine and jump back about 20 years. Picture this. The year is 2004. I was 4 years old at the time, and my mom took me to see The Incredibles, which is still one of my favorite movies. It came out, and I looked in awe at Mr. Incredible and how he was doing things like benching trains, knocking down buildings, and lifting couches with ease. You know, things I always thought were really cool. And although I was a naturally skinny kid, I wanted to emulate these things myself. I've always been fascinated by strength, and if there was one basic superpower that I could have, based on a wish, it would be super strength. And although powers don't exist in reality, we do have something fairly close. And that something is called powerlifting. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be able to lift heavy objects to help people move things. And although I was pretty good at martial arts, I still just couldn't win a lot of fights simply because I was not strong enough to deliver a heavy hit. And I was doing weightlifting with my dad between the ages of about 13 and a half to 18 on and off, but my strength wouldn't compound until I started doing powerlifting about 3 years ago. And I'm here today to tell you that being strong adds an entire plethora of things to your life and advantages that you can use. I'm here to show you exactly how it changed mine with those advantages. So let's dive into it. So let's start off with part one, what you need to know before you begin powerlifting. Now, I want to let people know that powerlifting is not for everyone. This is a very hard style of training and will demand a lot of your body and yes, even your mind. It can also be dangerous if you do not have spotters and if you're not aware of your surroundings. I have injured myself on more than one occasion while lifting, but hey, no risk, no reward. And yes, the rewards of powerlifting might seem superficial to some, but they can be absolutely life-changing for others. Now, the first part with this is that your nervous system is going to be very taxed. Now, a lot of people think that lifters are just dumb roid monkeys, but when you lift heavy, you actually have to activate a lot more of your nervous system in order to recruit more muscle fibers and to allow that mind-muscle connection to occur in order to lift heavier weights. This is why you typically feel really sleepy after a good powerlifting session or a good few sessions, because your central nervous system, CNS, is being used more than usual. So you're going to want to eat lots, sleep lots, and recover lots. The second part is that you should get very basic gear when you're starting out. A belt to protect your lower back and core, wrist wraps to protect and support your wrist, and wrist straps to help with grips, along with knee sleeves to support your knees and to protect them as well, obviously. So these are the 4 essential items that you're going to be starting out with in order to lift properly, in order to support you properly. And as you move forward, your gear will become more advanced. Think of it as like leveling up in a video game. I'd recommend going with a light belt first and foremost. And after just a little bit, you'll know whether or not you want to continue with powerlifting and if you want to invest more money into it. So the third part of this is that you'll have to take some time for your body to get used to this style of training. Do not, I repeat, do not jump the gun and try to ego lift. It may take you years before you can even bench, say, 225, and then years more to bench 315. I benched 225 only about 3 months into training, but that was because I had trained bench in other sports and other things I had done for years beforehand. So my body adapted a lot easier than most starting out, and I basically got newbie gains. So make sure to get yourself into at least some basic shape beforehand. So that's what you need to know before starting powerlifting. Now, let's hop into the fun parts. So next up is why I believe everyone should lift heavy weights. A strong and healthy body is key to living a happy and fulfilling life. When I was a skinny kid, I was very fast. I could run fast as hell. But as I stated in my origin story, I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be able to protect myself. I wanted to be able to carry someone to safety if need be, and to fight against whatever the world would throw my way, and to be able to face it head on. Now, your body changes a lot when you decide to pack on muscle, and people definitely take notice. I've gotten lots of compliments from girls saying that I have an attractive body, and from guys saying that I'm really strong, especially given that I'm not a huge guy. I also love the feeling of knowing that I can lift heavy objects with relative ease, especially compared to the average person. What I'm trying to say is that life simply becomes way easier when you start to emulate the strong and become strong yourself. When you push yourself regularly, and I don't even mean till failure every single session, because you shouldn't be doing that, you start to respect yourself way more. You show yourself that you are capable of doing hard things. You show yourself that you can literally become a new person and change the very body that you live inside of. Trust me, there is no better feeling in this world than being able to look at yourself in the mirror and be ecstatic at how badass you feel and look. So this brings me on to my last point, and it's that it feels good to both be strong and to look it. When you wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror, when you walk down the street and see a group of sketchy looking guys, when you're at a bar, a party, a get together, when you have to carry somebody who might be sick or injured or just for fun, when you have to move heavy objects out of your way that are obstructing you, you walk the earth like you own it. And that feeling of knowing that you have a body that's strong enough to get you out of almost any predicament, there is truly no greater feeling than that. So strength has always been a very important factor of life to me. And I know that it's not the case for everybody, but being able to take care of yourself, being able to push yourself, and being capable of having your own back when other people might not, or the people that you love might be in danger and they're relying on you to save and protect them. You'll be glad that you took the limited time you have every single week out of your life to build yourself into something greater. So, start powerlifting today. You will not regret it. You'll never regret becoming the strongest version of yourself. And if you want to gain immense strength and start leveling up today, subscribe to the channel. So let's get strong together, brothers.